What's up, Curlies? It's your girl Kiki, and if you are new here, I do all things curly hair tips, product reviews and styling. In today's video, we're going to be talking about all things to do with air drying. I posted this video last week. My hair has gone from this to this in the space of 3 years, and my aim is to find out why. Last week I went for my routinely trim, and to my surprise my hair was very split and had some breakage. My audience suggested it could be air drying, iron levels, frequent manipulation, even what side I sleep on. But this year I've had my blood work checked, done lots of blow manipulation styling and kept up with my trims. The only thing I feel like I've stopped doing is protein and bond treatments, and it got so much attention and so many people were commenting on the fact that it is air drying that is causing my hair to look like this. I was thinking about this and I was like, yeah, it must be air drying, because every time I do twists, I do them wet and I leave them wet, and I put my headscarf on and I leave it to dry overnight. Now my hair's not soaking wet, but it is damp, and it is damp for a prolonged period of time. So I'm like, is it air drying that's causing this? Now, they weren't exactly wrong with saying air drying causes damage, but full context of this issue is not that air drying causes this issue. I was deep into TikTok last night at 12 o'clock. You're scrolling, and I came across, now I was going to forget his name. I'm just going to put it on screen because every time I go to say his name, I forget it. He was on live and he was talking about air drying. He said he has a video to do with air drying, and he was reacting to a lady who was telling basically black women to stop air drying their hair because it causes damage and etc, etc. Now I went to this video. The study that this lady was pertaining to was an actual study based on tests that they've done to see the results of air drying versus blow drying. I'm going to publish this on screen so you can get a look, but the scientific study that was done was on 5 different types of hair strands, and they used different temperatures on the hair. They had the blow dryer at a different distance from each other. They tested this over a period of 30 days. Not surprisingly, the strand that took the highest heat and was closest saw the most damage, because obviously if you're going to put heat on your hair every single day for 30 days, we all know like hair does not respond well to heat. The second one, although we did see damage, it wasn't as much. So if you dry your hair and the heat is at least 15 centimeters away from the hair, it's reduced. The amount of damage is reduced. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Now, comparing this to the air drying strand, what we did see in the scientific study was that the air drying strand did suffer the most damage. That was not due to the fact that it was air drying. It was due to the fact that the hair stayed wet for a prolonged period of time. This makes sense to me because hair swells and contracts, and within water we have lots of different minerals. Some places have hard water that can cause hair to be damaged. This is where it starts clicking for me, because I'm like, right, I leave my hair wet for at least a day. Like, if I do my hair on the Sunday night, my hair will be wet that evening and the whole day at work, and then when I get home and take my hair out, I've still got little bits that are still damp where my scrunchie's been. So I'm like, I might actually just be completely effing my hair up with this air drying business. All this time I've just been doing it wrong. Not that air drying is wrong, because there's nothing wrong with air drying, but what we need to take away is that we need to just air dry and get it done within a few hours. Like, our styles should not be soaking wet and be left soaking wet, because that's where we start seeing the damage. And you can see from the study how much of an impact it has, air drying and leaving your hair wet for a prolonged period of time. Reflecting on that, I'm hopeful that going forward my hair is going to start seeing some more length retained, because I'm going to stop air drying it, full stop. And if I do choose to air dry it, I need to just make sure that it's dry the same day. Since my last trim, I actually haven't air dried my hair. Obviously I got it blow dried when I had it trimmed, and then after that point I did these mini twists that I've been in for 3.5 weeks now, nearly 4 weeks, and I did them on the blow dried hair that my stylist did for me at the salon. I've washed it once, and when I washed it I moisturised it, and then I sat under my bonnet hairdryer to make sure they were dry so I didn't leave them wet, because I was really conscious about that after I saw the comments on my video. Going forward though, I would like to go back to air drying. I'm not going to lie, because I can't be blow drying my hair every time I want to wash it. It's just a bit too long sometimes. But what I will do is I will make sure that I remove the excess water from the hair, because that's something that the study said, is that if you remove the excess water and allow the hair to dry, it won't be compromised. I'm going to try and do my styles on damp hair going forward. And obviously, if it's not dry by the time I need to go to bed, I'm going to have to sit with my bonnet dryer on my head until it's dry to prevent any damage. Because who even knew water could damage your hair? Like, it's an insane concept. The fact that us as natural hair girls and women use water like every single day without even thinking about it, and without even thinking that it could potentially be damaging our hair if it's left wet too long. Like, I've always known that hair is in its weakest state when it is wet, but the fact that I didn't put two and two, like, it's not clocking.
You're not getting it. It's not clocking to you.
Like, why didn't it clock that hair is in its weakest state when it is wet? But you can leave it to air dry overnight, Kiki, and it'll be fine. No, like, we need to get the hair dry the same day, within 2 hours of it being wet. Or unless you want to end up with hair that looks like mine and doesn't grow for the past 3 years. I've just been at bra strap length for the past 3 years because it's just been breaking off and I've been getting split ends. Now, I'm hoping this is the reason why. We can only hope. And we'll see at our next appointment what happens. See you next time.